You got a 65 to 70 Chevy full size? We got parts for you.
Oh, nice. Well, we're here with the 66 Impala. This covers the full size 65 to 70. We've got the full handling kit, all new front ends parts. There's a couple different kits as far as this level 1, level 2, and level 3. What's the differences there, Damien?
So our level 1 kit's going to include front coilover shocks and a sway bar to go in the factory location, replace this smaller factory one here. This is an 1.25 inch hollow 4130 coilovers. We've got a couple options: single adjust, double adjust.
Yeah. And then for the level 2 and 3, that's when we get into what?
Level 2 and 3, we're still doing a sway bar. It is a little bit different design because of our control arm design. It is going to come with coilover shocks. The lower control arms, we're eliminating the strut rod and going to a true A-style arm. And that's where the necessity for a different styled sway bar comes in. And then we've got our upper control arms and some tie rod adjusting sleeves as well, and the hardware needed to get this stuff put together.
I'm excited to get this installed. I mean, we're already holding tools, so let's just get started.
All right, use those tools.
I will. So in preparation for the install, our front coilover shock will come with a T-bar installed. That's for our customers that want to use this coilover setup with their stock control arm. What we're going to need to do is remove the 2 C-clips from the T-bar, and then we'll be able to push that out. Okay. Now once we have the T-bar out, we've got to get this poly bushing out so that our bearing kit with the C-clips can go internally into this eyelet. The best way to get this bushing out of here is to chop one of the ears off and simply push it through. So you can see I've chopped the ear off of the one side of the bushing, and we're just ready to pop that guy out. So now once you get the eyelet bare, you'll see internally there's 2 grooves where our snap rings will sit. Pliers, we're going to set those up with the internal C-ring there, and that will sit into the groove. Make sure that's good and seated. Then we'll push our bearing in from the opposite side. And it can be a tight fit. There we go. So now you see the bearing is in. It's got C-clip on this side. We just need the final C-clip over here. Always a good idea once you've got that last C-clip in there to take a flathead screwdriver, just press it down, make sure that it's seated in that groove real good, and then we're ready to install it.
I've got the new control arms laid out here with the original. The upper isn't that much different of a design. We are using our low friction ball joints, and we've got a cross shaft with polyurethane bushings. We did add 3 degrees of caster to the upper control arms. That's going to help the car track straighter. On the lower control arms, we have made quite a few changes. The factory arm here, we've got a separate strut rod. With ours, we've gone ahead and incorporated that into the arm design itself. We're still using the factory strut rod mount with the polyurethane bushings. And then on the rear pivot, we've got a polymer bushing. We are using our low friction ball joints with these as well. And then this arm is set up for the coilover shocks. And then this is going to be our new sway bar mount here instead of on the outside of the arm. So fair amount of difference in the lower control arms. So let's go ahead and get these put on. Because this is an aluminum cross shaft, we want to use washers underneath the heads of the bolts, just like that.
Moving on to the front sway bar, we've got this bracket that will be mounted to the frame 3 5/8 from the cross member. This will act as the base for the chassis mounts of the sway bar, and then you've got the bar.
With our 1 3/8 bar, there's not a good way to route this thing through the factory frame holes without enlarging them. So we are going to mount it below the frame, and that's where this plate comes into play.
Let's get it. So after we've got the frame edge slightly bent up, you may need to re-drill your holes just to let this sit flat, but we've got the base of our sway bar sitting nice and flat here. You can see where we're going next, so we're gonna do that now. Well, we've got the front end all complete on this 66 Impala, and look at this thing. Damien, what did we do?
Double adjustable coilovers, so we can get the ride height down. We got double adjustable shocks. We really get the ride quality dialed in. New tubular upper and lower control arm, so we can get some caster added to the suspension, improve the drivability, and we got that big 1 3/8 front sway bar.
Yeah, front sway bar was hot. Anyway, we're all finished up with this, so if you want to see more about these parts or any QA1 parts, check us out online at QA1.net. You could follow us on the Facebook and the Instagram and all the social medias, and remember, go drive it. I want to rock! To install the front
Sorry, didn't have my glasses on.
I'm thinking.
You can see the squirrel running on the wheel?